Welcome to Tech Support. In today's demonstration, I'm going to show you how to install Ubuntu Desktop 18.04.1 operating system. Now, there are two things you need here. First, you have to go to Google and then download a copy of your Ubuntu Desktop operating system. I'll attach the link below so that you can click on it and then download the software. You can either download the Ubuntu Desktop or you can download the Ubuntu Server operating system. Another software you need is Virtual Machine Workstation. You can go to VMware website to download a copy for yourself. It is free. You can use that. You can also go to download a different virtual machine, that is Oracle VirtualBox. You can download and use that software for the demonstration as well. Without wasting your time, I've downloaded and installed the virtual machine. You can see I'm using Virtual Machine 15 Pro. So let's go straight to the demonstration. Now, before we can install the Ubuntu setup, we have to go to create a new virtual machine. So I'll click on it and this interface will open for me. I'll use typical. If you are an advanced user, you can use the customize, but we are all following the same demonstration here. So I'll click on typical, which is recommended, then click on next. Now we are going to install operating system later, but you can also use this option as well if you have the setup downloaded for you, but we are going to do the operating system later. So we click on next. We are doing this because we want to do the follow-up procedure. So click on next. Now for the guest operating system, we have various types of operating system you can install with the help of the virtual machine. You can do a Windows operating system virtualization. We can also do a Linux and several others over here. So for the version, all these are versions you can choose from, but in today's demonstration, we are doing Ubuntu 64 bits. So you select that and click on next. And over here, you can give a name. Of course, it can be any name. You can even put your name there if you want, but we are going to put UDEX. So this is going to be our Ubuntu desktop name. And you can see the path for where the files will be saved. You can also change this path if you want, but we are using the default settings as well. So we click on next. Now over here, the system requires that you set a size, that is a hard disk size. Of course, every operating system needs to be installed on a hard drive. So likewise, the virtual machine also needs a hard drive. So here you can state, depending on the size of your hard disk. I am using a 1 terabyte hard disk, so I'll give it 80 gig, which is fine. We click on next. Now this is the summary of what we are telling the system to do for us. So you can see the name of the system we are going to install, the path for where the files will be saved, the version of VMware, and then the operating system we are installing. And of course, you can customize all this by clicking on the customize hardware button. So you can customize your memory, your processor, and all the features here can be customized as well. But for now, we don't want to do anything, so we click on close. Now that is it, we are done. Now once we click on finish, the virtual machine setup is going to create whatever we told it to create for us. And of course, currently there is no operating system, or I would say there is no image mounted in this virtual machine. So we are going to learn how to mount the image as well. So you select your DVD. You can equally go to settings of this if you want. You can right click here, go to settings. It's the same, and that will pop the same interface for you as well. So under settings, we don't want to mess up with the configuration here, so we focus on what we are doing. So click on DVD or CD. Now, because we have downloaded the image from the website, you are going to use the image for the demonstration. So I would like all of you first to download your image and then mount your image. So we are going to mount the image ISO. So we browse. Mine is located at the D drive. So you have to look for your location and then select your ISO image. Once this is done, you click on OK. And then from here, you can now power on your virtual machine. Of course, the system is booting. So here we wait for the system to boot. So you can see a nice interface for the Ubuntu desktop. So we wait for the interface to come up. It's taking a bit of time. Okay, it's coming up now. Great. Okay. Now in the install window, you can try out Ubuntu. If you want to try it out without installing, you can click on this link and Ubuntu will allow you to try without installing, or to try before installing. Now you can select your language. Of course, I speak English, so I'll select English, and I don't want to try, but I want to install Ubuntu on my hard disk. So I'll click on install Ubuntu. You can also select the keyboard layout, whichever language you prefer. You can select and click on continue. Over here is the updates and other softwares. Of course, we want to do a normal installation, so we don't have internet for now. So I'll deselect these options. Of course, if you have internet connection, you can do this. You can install them, but I don't have internet, so I'll deselect them and then go with normal installation. So click continue. Over here is the installation type. Of course, we can allow the system to erase and install everything, or we can also create partitions if you want. Of course, if you are a beginner and you don't know how to create partitions in Ubuntu, you can allow the system to erase everything and then use the whole disk for the setup. But we are going to do something else. So choose this and click on continue. Now over here is our disk, our hard disk. We selected 80 gig disk. So first of all, what you do here in the installation type is to first create a partition table. Now, if this partition table is not created, there is no way you can do your installation. So first, we have to create a partition table by clicking on New Partition Table. So we click, and then here it reads you have selected an entire disk or drive to partition. If you proceed with creating a new partition table on this device, then all current partitions will be erased. Of course, there is no current partition now. So we click continue to now create a new partition table. So click on continue. Now you can see our size is revealed to us. Of course, after the size is created. Now this size is created as unallocated space. If you are in Windows, this is unallocated space for you. So we now have to create or to enable the partition by clicking on this plus symbol. So we click on this. Now over here is the size. You can decrease the size, and from here you can select your journal, and we have so many journals you can use. Of course, we are going to use the latest, which is the 4th extended file system. Of course, I'm going to create a video to demonstrate all this file system so that you see how it is used and the benefit of using each. So we select the latest one, which is the 4th extended file system, and then we mount our partition as root. Now, mounting our partition as root is going to put all these partitions you see here under one complete disk. What I mean is we don't want to partition this 80 gig drive, so we are going to put the whole entire space under the root file system. But for additional things, you can also create or separate each individual partitions here. I'm going to create a demonstration on that later so that you can learn that as well. So for now, we are going to put everything we see here under the root file system. So we select the root file system and click OK. And once you do that, the system is now going to format the partition, so you can see the partition is now formatted. Of course, if there is something you did wrong and you want to revert, you can click on the revert, and then everything will be wiped away. So let's go back by clicking on new partition, click on continue. Our size is created, click on the plus symbol. We choose our journal, and then we put our slash partition. Of course, that's what we are creating, and click on continue. Good. So now, once the partition is revealed and is formatted, we can now click on install now for the installation to begin. But before the installation begin, we have to write the changes we have done to the system on the hard disk. So we click on continue to write the changes. So we wait for the changes to take effect, after which the system will continue installing. Okay, so the changes has taken effect, and you can choose your location. I reside in West Africa, so I choose where I'm coming from, and then click on continue. You can choose any location, so click on continue, and then over here you enter your username and other information as well. So the user, I prefer to be the administrator on this system. Of course, the system, the computer name, I want to call it udisk. Then this name is reserved for the system, so you cannot use admin for the system, but let's make itsadmin. If you try admin, because it is reserved on the system will give you or will not allow you to continue. So set a strong password to prevent other people from accessing your system, and this is a good security practice, don't forget. So of course, require password to log in, that's what we want. We don't want to log in automatically, so click on continue. And once the system checks and everything is perfect, it will start the installation. So you can see the installation is started, and of course it's going to take a bit of time to complete this installation. So what I'll do is I'll pause the video. Once the installation is completed, I'll come back and then you continue from there. Hello guys, welcome. Now the installation is complete. Now the system, after copying the files, went through several processes and then brought us to this page. So now you can see the installation is completed. Now what we have to do is to reboot the system, but before we reboot, we have to go into settings and then go and remove our disks or disconnect the disks. If you are using a physical system, you have to take away the DVD from the DVD ROM. So we disconnect it, and then we click on yes, it's disconnected, and then we click on reboot. Now once the system is rebooted, it will take us to the desktop where we can now enter our login information and then get to the desktop. So we wait for the reboot to take effect. Hello guys, I think my system is stuck, so I have to come to this section and then click on reset to reset the guest operating system. So now let's see what happens if it can take us to the desktop. I think it's booting from the hard disk now. Alright, good. So it's now taking us to the Ubuntu desktop. Okay, so from here you can now log in. You can see our admin account is created, so we can now log in as the administrator. So you now enter your password, and I'm going to create another demonstration and show you how you can reset your password in case you forget. You have to wait a bit. Alright, so guys, now you can see it for yourself. The Ubuntu system is created for us and it's looking perfect. Now next time I'm going to show you how you can do more extra work on this Ubuntu system. So what I will tell you guys is, don't go anywhere. Click on the subscription button, share these videos with your friends, then I'll see you later. Thank you for watching. Bye.